Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley have a feud ongoing that is starting to escalate with dueling attack ads. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video today. It is time that we talk about the 2024 Republican presidential primary. Because everyone, we may be witnessing one of the greatest slap fights we have ever seen for any modern primary. As the simps, Ron DeSantis supporters, whatever. Again, not old Ron DeSantis supporters, but I'm talking about the people that are online, that are paid off by the DeSantis campaign, etc. They are fighting the Nikki Haley campaign. I mean, this has been a feud that's been growing for a couple months now, but the past 2 weeks, it has absolutely been hilarious seeing two candidates and their supporters slap fighting each other for what could very well be a fight for second place. And it's starting to escalate with full-on attack ads. Yeah. So much for a campaign that's trying to take out Donald Trump, when they're more worried about Nikki Haley? That doesn't seem like a good strategy or a good sign for things to come. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Guys, just for $1 a month, you can join Real American. This is the best way to support the daily content that we all know and love. So I hope and recommend you join the channel today. Alright, everybody. And again, I'm somebody that supports Trump, so I can look at this from an outside perspective, because I'm not supporting DeSantis, and I'm especially not supporting Nikki Haley for the primary. And while this slap fight may be one of the most glorious sights to behold I have just ever seen. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous, some of these attacks they're levying on each other. I mean, I thought the whole thing was Trump is in deep trouble. So instead of focusing on Trump, you're starting to focus on Nikki Haley? And vice versa. It's like, that doesn't seem like that good of a strategy. So let's get into it. In the escalating feud between Ron DeSantis and Nikki Haley, the super PAC supporting the Florida governor is going up with a new ad portraying Haley as flip-flopping over aid to Palestinians in Gaza. The social media ad, shared with Politico in advance of its release on Friday, comes hours after a pro-Haley PAC put out a spot mocking the Florida governor. So yeah, this is really about the Palestinian stuff, you know. I guess Nikki Haley flip-flopped on, and again, anybody with 5 brain cells and that can read, they understand Nikki Haley may be one of the biggest warmongers, not just this cycle, but potentially in modern presidential history. Oh yeah, I'm saying more than Bush or Clinton. I mean, there was a leaked video that should be more talked about, where Nikki Haley's saying, we need to change our defense department to the offensive department. Yeah. So you know what that means? She is essentially saying, we need to go to war. We need to start offensive wars. We need to go on the attack. What? This is the year 2023. What do you mean we gotta go on the offensive? No. This isn't 1942. This isn't, you know, the 60s or the 70s. I mean, Nikki Haley's absolutely out of touch. She's 50 years late to this. We need to change the defense department to the offensive department. What's wrong with you? The ad wars was punctuate a week of intensifying conflict between the GOP presidential candidates, who you can also see between their supporters on Twitter, which, again, get popcorn. It is absolutely glorious. You're seeing Nikki Haley supporters saying, I will never vote for DeSantis. DeSantis supporters saying, I will never vote for Nikki Haley. And they just slap fight each other over the dumbest of things. It's like, you're both at 4% in the polling. I mean, the fact they're making this big of a deal about it. But hey, they are pulling closer to each other, so I guess it makes sense. I guess that's their Super Bowl. Who can take second place? Who are drawing closer in early state polls. For months, DeSantis held steady in second place, trailing Donald Trump but comfortably ahead of his other rivals. But following a strong debate performance in August, Haley's inched up in the polls. She now leads DeSantis in New Hampshire and South Carolina, while he is ahead of her in Iowa, which, that it was true like a month ago, that was within the margin of error, and even then, that second debate performance by Haley was bad. In fact, her numbers did go down a little bit after that. The 30-second video from Never Back Down, the DeSantis-aligned pack, juxtaposes Haley's recent comments opposing financial aid to Gaza residents with her remarks to the U.S. Senate during her confirmation hearing to become UN ambassador in 2017. I think that we can do whatever we can to protect the region. Haley responded that year when Senator Cory Booker asked when providing foods, jobs, and homes to people living in the West Bank and Gaza was in the interest of the United States. Booker's question was not included in the entirety of the ad during the hearing, blah, 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 blah. The ad quotes Haley saying, anytime that we can help mankind, regardless of where they are and what country they're in. It then cuts to a recent Fox interview in which she said, that is not the role of the U.S. to do that. I've always said that regarding aid to Palestinians, an effort to portray Haley as weak on the issue following intensifying violence in the Middle East. But, I mean, people say that Nikki Haley's strong suit's foreign policy. In my opinion, it's her biggest hindrance. She doesn't know where to shut the hell up about, we need to provide, aid to West Bank and Gaza. Then 5 seconds later says, no, we can't. I never supported that. And then she's saying we need to go to war with, Iran and stuff. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Again, these polls showing Nikki Haley beating Joe Biden, when people start to realize what Nikki Haley said about war with Russia and Iran and all that, her numbers would tank bad. I mean, who would vote for her? The old-ass neocons that make up 2% of the vote now in the Republican Party? That's the thing that people need to understand. Nikki Haley's quote-unquote strong suit would backfire horribly. I mean, she would get wiped off the map just because of that. Just because she claims to know stuff about foreign policy doesn't mean people like her stances on it. The ad will run on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, an official from the PAC said. Nikki Haley has a history of weekly flip-flopping on critical issues, and so far she has never had to defend her actions. She provided opportunity with her own missteps to fully expose her record versus her rhetoric. She'll not be able to survive that. So, yeah. They are having a slap fight for some stuff related to Israel, Gaza. But this entire thing is just unbelievable. That it's so bad that you're worried about Nikki Haley, who's pulling at 5%. What does that tell you about this campaign that is supposedly going to make the greatest political comeback in history? How? What? How are you so worried about Nikki Haley and vice versa? It's because they are essentially statistical noise at this point. They're pulling at 4, 5, 6, 7, 8%. Congratulations. Whoever beats each other up, they're going to get 2% extra in the polls, and Trump's going to go up 5 more percent. This is absolutely hilarious how both sides are fighting for the dumbest of things. And I'm glad that DeSantis is attacking Haley for her horrendous foreign policy. Again, the idiots on Twitter that, damn well none of them will ever fight in a war. They're expecting, to send your sons to go die in some endless war in Iran and Russia or whatever, in the Middle East, And just they think they support Nikki Haley's policy because of that. Oh, we gotta stop Russia. We gotta stop Iran. It may be popular on Twitter, but in real life, people are like, screw you. You're openly talking about starting an offensive war with several countries? What? It is absolutely pathetic, and I'm glad that somebody in the DeSantis campaign, they finally had a smart moment. They decided, you know what? Let's attack Nikki Haley for something that is a very unpopular part of her positions, her foreign policy. But it still will be a big question about who takes second. I still think Nikki Haley will flame out when more of her foreign policy is exposed. Because she has said some stuff in the past and even in, recent months that when people start to see what she said, they'd be like, no, I don't think so. I don't think I'm going to vote for her. She's not a strong candidate. She's insane. Who frickin' knows? But either way, folks, this is definitely it's kind of a funny story where it's two insane, voter bases that are, 5% the base, and then they both have, deranged people on Twitter, not just, I'm not talking about every DeSantis or Haley supporter. I'm talking about the ones like the DeSimps on Twitter. And what do you call the Haley people? I don't know. But who knows? This is funny that this is happening, but also exposes that, yeah, they're fighting for second place. The right to be the first loser. Anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below. Subscribe. Share with your friends. Hit that little bell. Follow the social media accounts in the description down below. And of course, join the channel today. Thank you so much. Godspeed to all of you.